Hey guys, it's Talia here. Welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing what I feel like is a very long awaited video. So much has changed in the past 6 months, including my puppy who is currently biting my hand. So I thought it was about time I did sort of a life update, just letting you know what's going on, what's been happening. Lots of questions that I have been avoiding just because I don't want to like answer all these questions in like dribs and drabs. I wanted them to all be just one video. And she's just been licking my hand, that is disgusting. So today I'm going to be answering all those questions I put on my Instagram story last night, what you guys want to know, and I have had lots and lots of answers. Yes, I do have a stain on my top, but we're just gonna ignore it, okay? My hair covers it. It's fine. So before I get started, the next 2 minutes of this video is sponsored by Louisa, so I'd just like to say thank you so much. So this is my second collaboration with them now, and they really are my favourite jewellery company there is. Their pieces are absolutely amazing. I honestly love all of it, and it's nice jewellery. It's not jewellery that's going to make your fingers, your ears. Ow! Why are you trying to bite me? Stop! It's not jewellery that's going to make, you know, everything go green. It is proper good stuff, and I know that you guys will absolutely love them too. So I thought I'd share a bit about their company and then show you what pieces I have chosen. So basically they offset 100% of their carbon emissions, starting with the sourcing of their raw materials all the way back to the disposal of their pieces, meaning that they give back everything they take, which I think is really good. It's saving the environment as well as making really lovely jewellery. So I don't understand why you wouldn't want to shop with them, because they really are amazing. They have fair prices and there's no luxury markup, so all jewellery starts from $39, and that's just how you know that it is the best, and they only use the best noble metals as well, so you really are getting what you're paying for, and the pieces are just absolutely beautiful. I am in love with them. One of the main reasons why I do decide to collaborate with Louisa, and they are actually the only jewellery company that I have ever properly collaborated with, and that is because one, they're just such a lovely company. I always love speaking to them. They are so lovely to me, but also because of their sustainable mission, it just makes perfect sense, because I'm getting beautiful jewellery and I know that it's sustainable, which is something that's very important to me. So I'm now going to be showing you the pieces that I have got, and I absolutely love them. I'm so excited to show you them, and I know that you guys are going to love them too. So the first thing I'm going to show you is these Celeste earrings. Now these are my absolute favourite. I have got them of course in my ears. Bye Nessie. Now, but I'm going to show you a close-up on the screen, just to show you what they really look like. So it is a moon and a star, and honestly they are so nice, and I know these earrings I always see on Instagram and I always want to know where to get them from, and these are absolutely gorgeous. And these cost $68, so what's great about the website is that it ranges from quite like a low-ish price for jewellery, like $39 for good jewellery is quite low, all the way up to high prices, which is over $100, so they've got like a huge range for you guys to choose from. And then the next thing is the I'm gonna say this wrong, I'll leave it on the screen, but it's the gold lacquer ring, Mecca off-white, and I absolutely love this ring. What I love about this ring is that it's got an open back, so you can make it wider if you want to fit on different fingers, which I just think is such a good thing to have. Honestly, I absolutely love that about it. It's probably one of my favourite things. And I love the white with the gold. I think it makes it look really elegant. And this, again, this was only $45, so even cheaper than the last one. So it's definitely affordable. Also, of course, with Christmas coming up, it's definitely something you can get for a loved one or a friend. I think it would make a great gift. And the final piece I'm going to show you is the moonstone necklace, the heart moonstone, and this is absolutely gorgeous. I love this. I love how small and dainty it is. I don't usually wear like big necklaces. The only necklace I really wear is the one that Christian got me. But this one I think is so much nicer for sort of like every day. It's just absolutely beautiful. I love it. And this as well was $68. So really guys, they are not hugely expensive. Like obviously you may think that's a lot of money, but for good quality jewellery, it's the best you're going to find, and the pieces are just absolutely beautiful. I love them. So Louisa is currently holding a sale for Black Friday, of course, so you can make sure to go to the website now, or you can just click the link in my description box below, and they've got a huge sale on for Black Friday. So this is literally the perfect time to get gifts as Christmas presents, or if you just want to treat yourself to a Christmas present, or a random lockdown present, then definitely go check the link in my description box or the website for the sale. Okay, so now moving on to the next bit of the video. I'm so excited, and there's so many things I want to speak to you guys about that I've just wanted to get off my, that wasn't English, that I've wanted to get off my chest for just the longest time. So, okay, so the first sort of thing I want to talk about is lockdown. Lots of you have asked how I'm finding it, how I'm coping, how my mental health is. Honestly, I'm feeling a lot better about this lockdown than I was in the last lockdown, and I think that's because the last lockdown, we didn't know when it was going to end, we didn't know what was going on, we weren't in college, we weren't in school. The last lockdown felt just more of like a lockdown, like a proper not being able to like do anything. And the last lockdown was before I'd even met Christian, so that was a lot harder because I hadn't even met him yet, and it was so frustrating because there were so many things I wanted to do, and obviously we were worried about it going over summer. But this lockdown, I'm still in college, we have like a set date for when it's going to end, which is just perfect. So I am feeling a lot better about this lockdown. Obviously it's still hard, it's not great, but I'm quite a home person anyway. Like, I don't really go out that much. I prefer to stay in rather than to go out. So for me, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it, obviously, I'm not saying it's easy, and I know for other people it is absolutely awful, and I really hope everyone is doing okay because I obviously know it's not easy. Leading on from that question, loads of people asked, are you able to still see Christian during lockdown? I'm not, no. Obviously, you're only allowed to see people in like a bubble, and none of us are single parent households, so I'm not able to see him. But it is already the 17th, so I get to see him very soon, which is fine. Like, we still FaceTime every single night. Lots of people have been asking, have you and Christian ever had any rough patches? Have you guys ever like argued? Yeah, people basically just asking if me and Christian have had a rough patch in our relationship. Not that it is anyone's business but mine and Christian's, but no, we honestly, obviously we argue. I'm not going to sit here and act like it's completely perfect because, you know, everyone argues. It would be weird if you didn't argue. Like, my parents have been married 25 years and they still argue. There's been times where we haven't spoke for a bit because we've just been mad at each other, and it's literally over the smallest things. We've probably had one argument that I'd actually class as an argument. Most things are just like disagreements and like small bickers, like how you'd argue with your friends, honestly. But we've never argued to the point of like being horrible to each other or ignoring each other or calling each other horrible names, like nothing like that. It's only ever been like small disagreements, and honestly, we are the best now than we have ever been. I have never been happier. He is absolutely amazing, and it is actually our 6 months in 10 days, and I'm so happy, and I can't. Lots of people also want to know about mine and Christian's sex life. Honestly, guys, it's none of your concern about mine and Christian's sex life, but thanks. Thanks for being interested, I guess. Right, the next question, which I feel like is probably the reason why you clicked on this video, is what happened with My House London / Icon House. For loads of questions that have just been like, why did you get kicked out of My House London? What's the reason you didn't get chosen for My House London? Why are you not friends with anyone from Icon House? So I thought I would just clear it all up. So me and Christian were part of My House London. Of course, we were announced as members, and it was honestly one of the best summers I've ever had. It was amazing. I love everyone in the house equally. I got on with everyone. We all got on, and it was great. And then it came to like September, and obviously, as you know, My House London is now called Icon House, and they decided to rebrand it all. And the reason I'm not part of it anymore, I got offered to go in. I got offered to move in and live there full time, but I personally chose not to. Even my parents wanted me to. My parents were behind me moving in, but I chose not to because I'm in my second year of college. I have worked so hard on my A-levels. My parents, I had to move colleges halfway through last year. My parents have worked so hard on getting me into the college I'm in, and for me to just drop it like that just for a content creator house, I just think would have been really silly of me, especially as we weren't making as much money as we were promised, and since I've come out the house I have made a lot more money doing stuff on my own. I'm just editing this now and I feel like I didn't explain myself properly. I'm not trying to say that it's all about money, but obviously when we joined the house, we quit our jobs, we sort of dropped everything, and we were told that it was going to become our full-time job, and we just weren't making the money that we were promised. I don't want you guys to think, oh my god, she's being so bratty, she was only in it for the money. I wasn't at all, but it had turned into my full-time job, so I had to make sure that I was making enough money as I was before with my old job before I quit it. And the fact that I wasn't, and I was like behind on money, because obviously I'm starting to save now for my future, it was obviously a problem and it just wasn't working out. But I had to clear that up because I realised I never actually said it, and I didn't want you guys to think that I came across as a brat. Okay. And I think it was just very, all of a sudden, all at once, it just completely consumed our lives, and I wasn't ready for my life to completely change. Like, I've just got a puppy, me and my brother are so close, me and my parents are so close, and I just was not ready to leave that all behind and completely move into a house. So I did turn down the offer to move into my house in London. I get messages all the time, oh, you got kicked out, oh, you did this, you did that. It was nothing like that. I just chose it wasn't for me, and I am still friends with everyone from the house. I saw Megan, Millie, Ellis, Max during Halloween, and I'm hoping to go see them again, go to like the house and see everyone after lockdown. But yeah, that is the reason. I have answered this question before, but I think it was on my story, so some people may have missed it. But yes, I chose to leave my house London, or Icon House. They did not kick me out. I'm still part of the management, We Are Media, and I'm still speaking to them and involved with them, but I'm also just sort of branching out on my own for now. Another question I've been getting a lot is, are you and Christian planning on moving in together? Now, I have just turned 18. Christian is 16. He's about to turn 17 in like a couple of weeks. But we are nowhere near ready to move out together. We've only been dating 6 months, and I think people do move in very quickly, quicker than 6 months. But when you're only 18 and 17, to move in straight away, it's just silly. Like we had the chance to in Icon House. We could have moved in together, but we just didn't want to, because at this age, spending every single day with each other, it probably would have been too much, and we decided that we'd be better off living apart. I don't really have any plans on moving out anytime soon. Maybe this time next year I'd start looking, but I'm in such a supportive family where I don't need to pay rent, I don't need to pay bills. So for me to move out and then put myself in a position where I could possibly be struggling, I think would just be silly. And I'm so grateful that I have my parents, and I wouldn't want to just leave them. And like I said, I've just got a puppy. I'm not ready to leave her yet, so moving out is probably not an option. But you know, if it happens, it happens. We'll just have to see sort of where the future takes us. Moving on from that, lots of people have been concerned about like my income, and if I was to leave school now, would I be able to like financially support myself? It's a tough one, because with social media, it's not like a regular it's not a consistent amount of money that you're making each month. So 1 month I could be making X amount, and then the next month I could be making significantly less or significantly more. It really does just depend on what brand deals I get that month. So to be fair, I probably could, which I'm so grateful for, but I wouldn't feel comfortable. Like, I could do it and I could work my way around it, but I want to wait until I know that I'm completely financially stable, until I do decide to move out. And then following on from that, another question is, how do I make my money from being an influencer? So it is all through brand deals and promotions. So through YouTube, through TikTok, through Instagram, brands reach out to me for me to help promote their stuff, and then that is how I make my money. Another thing I want to talk about is college. Lots of people have been like, why have you dropped out of college? I haven't. I'm still very much in college, trust me. And I am doing sociology and media A-level. I was doing 3 A-levels, but then I moved, and yeah, now I'm only doing 2. And hopefully my exams will take place next May or June, but obviously Wales have just cancelled their exams, so there is talk of England cancelling their exams. I really hope that doesn't happen, just because if it does happen, they're going to base it on the grades that we've been getting during lockdown, and I completely didn't do anything. Like, I'm going to hold my hands up. I stopped working, which is really stupid of me, but now I'm catching up, and I know that by June I will be ready to take my exams. But if they were to cancel them and do our grades off what we've done now, I would be absolutely screwed. So touch wood, our exams still go ahead. I'm still going to college, and once I've done college, I probably won't go to university. It just depends where I am this time next year. If social media is completely taken off and I'm doing so well for myself, then I'm not going to go to uni. But if it's sort of all fizzled down and it's not really the main focus of my life, then uni may be an option. but it'll definitely be like a fashion uni or something like that. Another huge thing that I want to talk about with you guys, which I'm so excited to be speaking about, is my modelling career. Well, I haven't got a modelling career at the start of my modelling career, so I've always wanted to model. Most of you guys know this. It's something I've wanted to do for the longest time. And touch wood, that seems to finally be coming into play. So I actually had sort of a scouting day a couple weeks ago and I got through, let's say, into the next round. So tomorrow I'm going up to Manchester to visit Nemesis Models and I've got a workshop with them all day, and fingers crossed it will be successful. Obviously if it isn't, it wasn't meant to be and there are other agencies for me out there, but I'm really hoping that this works out because it is such a dream of mine, and to be with such a reputable big agency like straight away would honestly mean the world to me. So I'm really excited about that, and if I do get signed to Nemesis then obviously I'll be doing lots more modelling and I can't wait to share that with you guys. Just a little update, I did actually end up signing to them, so I am now officially part of Nemesis Models. I am on their books, soon I'll be on the website in the new faces. I've got a couple test shots soon. But yeah, I signed to them and I guess I'm officially a model. Stop. Lots of people have been asking about my driving test. Now, let me just rant to you about this because it is honestly something that I am so freaking upset about. So I started driving last September when I just turned 17, last October. I just turned 17, I got lessons straight away. I've wanted to drive since I turned 16. So my test was booked for April, but of course that got cancelled because of Corona, and then it got postponed till July, but then tests still weren't happening in July. So then it got postponed again till November, and then obviously we went into lockdown number 2, so now it's been postponed again until March. And that literally breaks my heart. When I got the email yesterday telling me that it won't be till March, I was literally just crying on the phone telling my mum, because my test now has been cancelled for a whole year. Like, it was supposed to be this April and now it's not until next March. My parents have had to spend so much money on driving lessons because I can't just stop having lessons even though I've been ready since April. If I just stopped driving until next March, then obviously I'd not forget how to drive, but I wouldn't be as prepared and I probably would fail. So my parents have spent, I don't even want to think about how much money, like a stupid amount of money on driving lessons for my test to just keep on getting cancelled, and I just think it is disgusting. I think it's so unfair the way that they have dealt with it. Like, I know people turned 17 in May, was able to book their test for September, October, passed their test and are now driving. But then there's me who's been waiting almost a whole year for my test and it's been delayed even more. And I just can't get over it. Like, it honestly makes me so angry. The fact that they didn't prioritise people that had their tests cancelled first is beyond me. Like, they just let everyone who wants to book a test straight away. People that turned 17 after my first test was booked have passed before me. It angers me so much, but there is literally nothing I can do, so I can't let myself get too upset about it. And also my parents did just buy me a car for my 18th, which I just can't drive. I can drive it when I'm in the car with them because of insurance, and obviously I've got my provisional, but I can't just go out and drive, which I should have been able to do 8 months ago. The last thing I want to talk about is my mental health, as I know that it's something I've been very open with you guys with. I don't know if that makes sense, for a very long time. So I'm actually doing so much better now. Obviously I know there's a few reasons why stuff has been better. My mental health was so bad at the beginning of the year because I lost all my friends, and then we went into lockdown, and then I lost my granddad, and it was just a very hard time. But since then I've met the most amazing people. I have met the best boyfriend I could ever think of, and I'm just so much happier in myself. Not just because I've got a boyfriend. People I know will be like, shouldn't rely on a boy for happiness, but he's made me more confident in my body, in myself, in everything, and it's just made me have such a better, like, positive mindset on everything. So he's been a huge help. I also started taking a new contraceptive pill. Last one I was on was really bad for my mental state. It just made me feel low every single day, and I think I was definitely on the wrong pill. But I'm now on Marvelon, which is a new one, and it has also completely cleared up my skin, as you can see. I've literally got one spot here, but the rest of my skin is completely clear. My skin hasn't been completely clear since I was about 12 years old, so this for me is such a huge thing, and I'm so happy about it, like so relieved, because as you guys know, my skin used to get me down so much, like so much. It used to break me how bad my skin was, so I'm so grateful that it has finally sorted itself out. Touch wood, it's not going to go back. One thing about my mental health recently, I'm a lot happier and I'm a lot more positive and bubbly, but my anxiety has reached a point that I didn't even know possible, and I do just find it extremely hard, and I don't know what it is, but I've had a countless number of anxiety and panic attacks within the past couple months. They actually started around August time, which I've never really had before. I've had a few in the past, but I've had a lot recently, and it is something very difficult and something that I physically cannot control. It's especially bad with college because I don't really know anyone. Well, I know 2 people at college, but I never really see them because our timetables aren't the same. So I'm walking around a college of 1,000 people by myself, and I walked into the canteen the other day and had a panic attack, and I just couldn't cope. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if I should maybe speak to the doctor about it or speak to someone about it. For now, I'm just going to leave it and hopefully it will improve. But as much as my mental health has been so much better and I am so much happier, that is one thing, my anxiety, that is really taken a toll on me the past couple months, and I really don't know what it is. I will keep you guys updated with that, of course. So I think that is everything for this life update. I hope I answered all the questions you may have had and what's been going on the past 6 months. If there's any more questions, then leave them below and I can possibly do a part 2 to this video. Oh, cheerleading. I absolutely am loving cheer at the moment with Royals, but sadly we've just had to obviously go into second lockdown, but we'll be back cheering in December and I cannot wait for competitions to start. I am so excited. Just a quick reminder about the Louisa jewellery. Make sure you go check their website out and do it now whilst the Black Friday sale is still on. Trust me, you do not want to miss out on this. You can get the perfect gifts for family, friends, for yourself. So make sure you do go and check them out. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye!